A king who refused to listen to anyone, not his advisor, not the villagers, not even the warning of nature. But one terrible night, the river rose, and the king learned a lesson he would never forget. They warned him, but he never listened. In a great kingdom surrounded by fertile lands and a mighty river, there lived a king, powerful, proud, and feared by all. His word was law, and his voice was final. No one dared to question him. Not even when danger was creeping closer. One morning, his royal advisor came rushing into the palace, his face filled with worry. "The river is rising, Your Majesty," he said. "The rains have been too heavy. A flood may come." But the king only laughed. "A flood," he scoffed. "That river has always been there. It knows its place." The advisor hesitated, but spoke again. "My king, the villagers are afraid. They are already moving their homes." And the king's face hardened. "Let them run like frightened animals," he said. "I will not be ruled by fear." So the advisor bowed and left in silence. Outside the palace walls, fear was growing. The villagers watched as the river swallowed their farms, inch by inch. An old woman stood among them, her voice calm but heavy with truth. "We warned him," she said. "But a man who refuses to listen must learn the hard way." And so, the people began to prepare, without their king. They carried their belongings, lifted their children, and moved toward higher ground. But still, the king remained in his palace, blind to the danger. That night, the sky roared. Thunder crashed like drums of war, and lightning tore through the darkness. The wind howled, and the rain fell without mercy. Then it happened. The river broke. Water rushed through the land like a wild beast unleashed, destroying everything in its path. Inside the palace, a guard burst through the doors, soaked and trembling. "Your Majesty," he shouted. "The river has overflowed. The water is coming." For the first time, the king's heart trembled. "What do you mean?" he asked. But before anyone could answer, water flooded into the palace. Fast. Cold. Relentless. "This cannot be happening," the king whispered. But it was. The advisor looked at him, not with anger, but with quiet disappointment. "We tried to warn you, my king." The king's voice shook. "What do we do now?" "We run," the advisor said. "Or we drown." And so, the king who once sat above all men, now struggled like one of them. The waters rose to his chest. "I cannot swim," he cried. "Then hold on," the advisor shouted, dragging him forward. Together, they fought through the flood, step by step, breath by breath, until they finally reached higher ground. Morning came. And with it, silence. The kingdom was gone. Fields destroyed. Homes washed away. Lives changed forever. The king sat on a hill. Soaked, broken, and humbled. Around him stood his people. Not angry. Not shouting. Just watching. The old woman stepped forward. "A leader who refuses to listen," she said softly, "leads his people into danger." The king lowered his head. For the first time in his life, he had no excuse. "I was wrong," he said quietly. "I thought power meant knowing everything." He looked at his people, truly looked at them. "But I see now, wisdom does not belong to one man alone." The wind blew gently across the ruined land. "From this day forward," the king said, "I will listen to every voice in this kingdom." And though the flood had taken much, it gave the king something he never had before. Understanding. Because sometimes, the hardest lessons come to those who refuse to listen. Thank you for watching. Please show some love by hitting the like button, subscribe to join our growing family and turn on your notifications so you never miss the next story. To all my returning subscribers, your love keeps this channel glowing, and to all my new subscribers, I welcome you to a safe place for interesting African stories. I will see you in my next story. Bye for now.